Hey, you. We are back with episode 2 of our series, Positively Impacting Culture. And if you've been with us from the first episode, you know that our first step was talking about alignment, right? Being able to identify what the current culture is in your organization and comparing that to you. Are you emulating those values? Are you living those out? And as HR professionals setting the tone, is it clear to employees what those values are? And how do we present them in a way that makes the culture clear and something that people can envision being a part of? Today, we're looking at the next step in terms of positively impacting your culture. What else can be done? And this step is identity. So we've aligned ourselves. And if you did the work that we had discussed, you were going to go back and check to see how you align with your organization. Now we're here to talk about identity. So you have a clear identity now. You know whether you are aligned with the culture or not, or if you are on sync and really embodying what culture looks like. And so now, how can we use that to truly impact the culture that we're in? This is relating to onboarding process. So if you're an HR professional, then we're asking things like, how involved are we in making clear what our culture values are? When we do our orientation process, is it a mutually beneficial familiarization process? Meaning, am I giving you the steps on what you need to know about the organization before you start? But am I also collecting feedback from you to say, is the world that I presented to you in terms of recruitment, in terms of the interview, looking the way that I've sold it to you? And so that gives us an idea if our culture is truly matching what we say we are. Are we doing what we say we are doing, and are we who we say we are? So that's important to ensure that that is in place. And if you're someone that's an employee and you want a culture that is positive and thriving, what are you doing to ensure that during the onboarding process, the people that are coming in are seeing and embodying that culture? You get that saying that goes, you never have a second chance to make a first impression. So if that is the case, then the best opportunity to have a positively impacting is to start by impacting those who are starting within the organization. As we know, those who may not be in sync that are currently there, they have to unlearn and then relearn. So bringing in new people and having a focus there helps you to create a consensus and a clear identity to and a clear alignment with what the culture is supposed to look like. So how are you welcoming people? Are you explaining to people in the organization what the culture standards are? Or are you looking at them and turning up your nose and saying, why is she doing that? That's totally inappropriate. Why did they hire her? Or why did they hire him? What are you doing to be an educator and be involved? A great part of engagement, ownership, and a sense of belonging is you don't just go into an organization and expect them to make you feel welcome, but you also take a role in ensuring that the community and the culture that you're in also is the way that it is. So there's a personal ownership and investment that comes in creating positive and healthy cultures. So that's what we're focusing on now this week. What is the identity in the organization? Do you know it? And how are you doing with the onboarding process as an HR professional or even as an employee? Good food for thought. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week as we continue positively impacting the culture. Take care